Like, it has to be a half off day for me to go and thrift. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm your unproductive bestie. Okay, so today I wanted to talk about fashion related things that we should leave in 2023. Bear in mind, this will not be about particular items because I am not in the business of making people feel bad about what they can and can't wear. I don't do that. So let's get into it. The first fashion related thing that we need to leave in 2023 is high thrift store prices. These thrift store prices are changing. It's getting higher and higher. And the thing is, they're not just adjusting for inflation, they're also adjusting for how popular secondhand shopping has gotten. Because thrifting got so popular and because people are online selling things for like higher prices, thrift stores now think that they should also be doing the same thing, I guess. It also doesn't help that some items at the thrift are either stained or damaged, so you have to sit there and think about whether or not you think you'll be able to salvage it. And for some thrift stores, you can't even return items once you buy it, even if you keep the receipt and the tag. There's no dressing rooms. There's a lot of cons now to thrifting. Before there were dressing rooms, before the prices were lower, but now I don't know what they're trying to do, but we need to leave high prices and lack of dressing rooms in 2023. Bring back dressing rooms at thrift stores, please. It's literally insane how I don't even go thrifting anymore on regular days. I only go when it's half off everything in the store. The next thing we have to leave in 2023 is reselling online. This kind of connects to my first point, but resellers online are pricing things at insane amounts, but I actually understand them. Here's the thing, the fees these apps and sites are taking from sales rank between 10 to 20%. So from the seller's perspective, they're selling according to what they think they are going to get once that 10 to 20% fee is taken from them. So how this connects to my first point is that thrift stores are pricing at the same amount, not taking into consideration that fee. And then from the buyer side, you're paying for the item, paying for shipping, paying for some sort of sales or state tax, and it's just insane. I feel like everyone is getting bamboozled by these apps and these sites. It's not that sellers are money hungry. Some of them are definitely money hungry, but there's a profit that sellers are trying to make, so unfortunately they have to price things higher than they normally would. So y'all, what we have to do is we have to go back to our roots. We have to go back to community yard sales, selling on Instagram, selling on Facebook Marketplace. I know that selling online does bring more convenience. Like selling through Depop is very much so more convenient, and it's definitely more secure so that you don't get scammed or you don't send the product and like the money doesn't come. Like, it's definitely more secure, but we have to find an alternative. We just can't continue this selling online business and these high fees and higher rates in 2024. We can't bring that with us. So the next thing that we have to keep or leave in 2023 are 3 aesthetics: old money, Scandi girl, and French girl aesthetic. I understand that all of these are not the same, but I kind of have similar points about them, so I'm just gonna like chunk them together. So let's start with old money. This is the one that honestly kind of upsets me the most because old money is associated with war, blood, imperialism, colonialism, and so much more. And it's absolutely weird to see people romanticizing and aestheticizing just something like that or something around that. I understand that not all of old money was gained through atrocities. Some people just had a lot of land and that's their type of old money. But for a large part of it, it's through the suffering of lower class. That's why they have that old money aesthetic. Someone suffered. Additionally, old money is just preppy clothing that has an outrageous price because it comes from a brand that the regular masses don't know about. As for Scandi girl and French girl aesthetic, I don't think any of the fashion related to those aesthetics are particular to either of those regions, if that makes sense. You can see those styles and those pieces and how they are paired everywhere around the world. I think it's the renaming that kind of ticks me off, because basically it's just chic minimalism. That's really all it is to it. And for the French one, there's like a tad bit more grunginess to it. I think they're so propped up because of their connection to whiteness and thinness. And then there's also that visual impact that the hair and the environment that they're taking those pictures in have on the whole outfit. Just hear me out, hear me out. So when I was looking at pictures for Scandi girl and French girl aesthetic, something I kept noticing was that the hair was always amazing. You know, great highlights, great cuts, great volume. And I think that's what has grabbed some of you guys in, is because the hair just looks so nice. And I guess because the hair looks so nice, it makes you think it's more put together. And so you might start to think that, oh, this is a different aesthetic, this is different from what I've seen before, when it's like, no, it's kind of the same thing, you've seen it already. Additionally, what I mean by environments is that I feel like most of the people who love like the Scandi girl and French girl aesthetic live in the US, and we have different infrastructure and architecture in comparison to anything in Europe. So when we see that, we might be romanticizing living in Europe because it looks so different from our environment and our reality. So I think that all those factors of whiteness, thinness, environment, and hair is what is making some people think that this is different from what we've seen before already. All in all, I'm not telling you that you can't participate in those trends and those aesthetics, absolutely not. But I'm saying that those names should not be associated with those aesthetics. Because for old money, you're leaving out her historical context. And then for Scandi girl and French girl, it's just that those outfits are not particular to those regions. It's kind of worldwide. The next thing we need to leave in 2023 is designer costume jewelry. Paying big bucks for costume jewelry just doesn't make sense to me, because it's made of materials that will tarnish and will not last. Paying $1,000 for something made of brass and like poor materials that's gonna tarnish just because it comes from a brand just doesn't make sense to me. At that point, you might as well have gone to an independent jeweler who's going to craft something custom for you, and it's made of precious materials. This is not me hating on costume jewelry, because I love costume jewelry. I just think that it has to be affordable because it's made of material that's not really meant to last, or not even meant to, but just material that won't last. If I'm being honest, I would even say that we should probably leave all of designer jewelry in 2023. I know it's unrealistic, but I feel like we kind of should, mainly because of all the damage that the earth sustains, and then all the suffering and the unfair treatment that miners and laborers go through just to get those crystals and gems that are used. I could say so much more about this topic, but there's a YouTuber by the name of Lisa Fevral. I don't think that's how her last name is pronounced. I apologize, I'm so sorry. But she has a video on why we should stay away from designer jewelry, and I think it would be great to watch. And even the comments under that video are amazing and so insightful. But yeah, let's leave designer costume jewelry in 2023. The next thing we need to leave in 2023 is girlfriend air. If you don't know what girlfriend air is, it was essentially girls showing pictures of their boyfriends and showing how their boyfriends dressed before, and then how their boyfriends dressed after they started dating. So basically showing that the girlfriend was able to improve their boyfriend's fashion sense. In some of them, it was like, okay, cool, you got him out of wearing sweatpants. Even though personally for me, I'm not in the business of mothering a man into dressing appropriately. That's not my ministry, but whatever. And there were other ones where it was harmless because it was just a girl showing like, hey, he really liked this, like he liked bright colors, or he liked graphic tees. I just helped him find a better way to dress it so it doesn't look like the same outfit over and over again. So I was like, okay, and that's kind of harmless because, you know, you kept his personality intact. But then we started seeing girls just strip their boyfriends of their personalities. And that's how we got to beige boyfriends. Like, these boys went from having, you know, things that they liked at least, to just looking like everyone else, just blacks and neutrals. And it was apparent that these girls were doing this so that they could have arm candy in a sense. they were making their boyfriends into what they find visually appealing, but in turn they were taking away their boyfriend's style and personal likes. It doesn't help that in these videos, these girls were dragging their boyfriend's former style. That's not nice. I just think we need to leave girlfriend air alone, because I feel like it's one thing for your partner to come to you and ask for help because they might have not been raised with, you know, a fashion sense or in a household that kind of celebrated men knowing fashion. You know, that's one thing. So they might be insecure about that and they like the way you dress, so they come to you for help. But it's another thing for you to go out of your way to change everything about them so that it's visually appealing to you, so that they look good on your Instagram, so that they look good on your arm. I think that's strange. I don't know if it's just me, but I think that's strange. So let's leave girlfriend air in 2023. Please and thank you. The last thing we need to leave in 2023 is wanting things to be exclusive or wanting them to not be mainstream. I can understand wanting to look unique if that's your thing, completely understand that. I can also understand not wanting something to be mainstream because it can result in overproduction, which then turns into waste or a price increase. So I completely understand like those reasons. But there are a certain group of people who take things a bit too far and start hating on something that they previously liked just because it's more affordable to the masses or because it's mainstream now. Like apparently now bows are outdated and tacky because a lot more people are wearing them. Some people want things to be exclusive so bad or just non-affordable and not mainstream so bad that it makes them insufferable. If you like something, other people having it should not be what makes you dislike it now. That doesn't make sense to me. Take for example this Yankees hat. Yankees products are everywhere right now. But just because it's everywhere right now, do you think I'm gonna take it off and put it into hiding because I don't like the fact that everyone else has it? No, I'm still gonna continue to wear it because I love it. I like it. All in all, deciding not to wear something because it's mainstream now or because it's no longer exclusive and because other people can afford it is insane to me. Let's leave that in 2023. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Like I said earlier, I'm not in the business of telling people what they can or can't wear. That's why this wasn't about particular items, but just more so my thoughts around certain fashion related things. So sorry if you were looking for me to rip into a trend, but that's not me. Mainly because I was bullied in high school, so I wouldn't want to turn around and do that to someone else and make them feel bad about what they're wearing. Like, it's cool to dislike a trend. Like, there are trends that I dislike, absolutely. But just because I dislike something, I'm not gonna tell someone that they need to leave it in 2023. Honestly, unless the trend is unethical or problematic, it's none of my business. But let me know if you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video. But you know, let's keep it respectful because I like to think that everything I said or, you know, did was respectful in this video. So, you know, let's get into the comments and talk. But like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.